But I was one of several lead, investigators on that team. Dabney and others still had control of that until it turned into more of a conspiracy thing. And as a unit, we kind of pushed it forward.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure they appreciate you not trying to take all the credit.
That's a lot of work for one man, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So,
What have I learned?
couple things. Were you working the case at all November 17th
I guess I should
when
have
the homicide
changed the
first occurred?
time.
No, I was not.
Okay. How far down the road is it when you get involved?
Sometime around in the beginning of December, somewhere in the mid-December.
21?
Yeah.
Okay, so early on.
Oh yeah, early on it wasn't in November. I think it was in training when it happened, and then when we came back, some of my team was already. They were on the scene and were assisting as it started to grow. You need assets and manpower and things of that nature. That's when we started getting more involved.
Okay. So, a couple of things about the phone and the exhibit that was put in, where you did a PowerPoint essentially, going through some of those phone records. And you talked about this some with Mr. Hagerman when there was calls. That
Hey, Hagerman, boy, I know.
Angela Arnold.
You talking about Hagerman or him?
Right. So, and he made a point to say, like, look, just to be very accurate,
Right.
all you can really say is Justin Johnson's phone contacted that person.
Correct.
That phone is hell.
There's several other places in your report where you referenced that Justin
Treyon
Johnson called
Ingram
individuals, right?
Is linked to Covington
But you
shooter.
can't say that Mr. Johnson necessarily
The
placed
shooting,
his phone,
Danisha.
correct?
Danisha.
This is cellular device. Place
I like-
calls unless you take.
It's like he has no energy. Are you talking about Hagerman or him? Lance, or
For
whatever his
instance, you
name
made a
is.
reference to,
Lance Evans.
a call to Big Joe or Anthony Mims and a FaceTime attempt. Interaction, I think is what you called it.
Correct.
You can't say who initiated that call or that FaceTime.
Hey,
interaction.
Reflections of
Correct,
Kimberly.
that it was something that occurred on that phone.
Yeah, I was basing it off testimony that was given to me by other cooperating defendants and witnesses and things of that nature.
Okay. But
Yes, Hagerman,
based
the
on
prosecutor.
The phone records, not getting into what other people would on this point.
He remind me of
His device.
Matthew McConaughey.
Because you would agree with me, when you start relying on other cooperating defendants, you're relying on
Some movie I think with
them to be truthful, right? About their interaction with you.
some movie I can't remember.
And they're not always truthful.
Hey,
about
just
their
boring.
interactions, okay?
Correct. That's why we like to find.
Well, at this
And
this
so,
part of it
even with-
was
in this
boring to
case,
me.
There's multiple instances where
Hey, Ashley.
claiming to be using someone else's phone, right?
You said, AunTeaFee, you wasn't lying about anything. I see a whole lot of names coming up that we mentioned in the group. Absolutely. Yep. CLL boring sis. Yeah, I be wanting. Once he started talking about the names, I was like, okay, it's time to come in. And then when, I'm gonna tell you, I want some other people to come in. I should have changed the time, but it was so far. The second half, hey, Gemini-ish.
Right? Not Mr. Johnson personally. So there's other people taking other people's phones for whatever reason, at least on one occasion, not even being in the same location as that person, right?
Well, we know Straight Drop gave his phone to other people. He said he gave his phone to his brother.
Did this action.
Correct.
Right.
This phone made that contact at this point. Yes.
Didn't Straight Drop give his phone to his brother?
Talking about, and I'm not asking you what someone
So
said.
what's the difference? Mr. Evans, hey Max.
Cooperating defendants in this case.
I finally had to come on in, come on in.
On at least 2 occasions, correct?
Yeah, I can't. What do y'all heard?
He came in
You
and-
heard?
Gave
You
information
heard?
about this case. And he also did that He had an attorney.
He
present,
sound like,
right?
is that his name, Matthew
And he
McConaughey?
did that pursuant to an agreement, right, where he had protections, what we call a proffer agreement.
What do y'all think caught my attention the
Say
most?
what he wanted to say without his words being used against him. Isn't that correct?
Correct. Yeah,
Right. And you understand that to
We
mean
don't
that
have to talk about it.
some people call that kind of a queen for a day agreement.
Yes,
He's allowed
that's
to
his
come
name.
in
Yeah, that's who he remind, who he sound like.
locally, right?
well, that's on him, because then he loses the proper agreement.
Right. Right, and that's the risk, right? People come in and lie.
Well, that's his risk then.
Right.
Right?
But the assumption is he tells the truth under a proffer agreement, and when he's telling law enforcement in that meeting those words, they can't come in and use those words against him, right? It's a form of something called use immunity, right? But they can't use
Oh, he
those
done got
words.
up now. He finna object. Yeah, he finna object. I knew it. Come on. He trying to bring in a plea agreement that hasn't been set. I knew he was finna hop up. See, that Lance Evans is trying to trip folk up. But what he need to remember, why he putting his foot out there to trip, he got to remember that STRAIGHTDROP gave his phone to his brother to do exactly what he is trying to imply, like somebody else could have had their phone, you know, playing the phone trickaroo stuff. Your client did that as well, sir.
Now, kind of moving forward from some of the phone.
Okay, so yeah, he called him.
When you're looking at this case, obviously you're looking at the video, right? And it shows.
He said, slow your roll, partner. Slow your roll.
And it shows a Bass Pro Shop, what looks like a Bass Pro Shop hat, right?
That's correct.
And you see a similar hat at Concourse Crosstown video, correct?
Yeah, identical hat. I would say.
Well, you say identical, but let me ask you, did you recover the hat?
No.
All right. Very popular hat.
Yeah, they're distinct.
Distinctive, no doubt, right? I mean, it's Bass Pro Shop, but a very popular hat. I mean, you know, almost a stone's throw from here is one of the biggest Bass Pro Shop in the world.
It's a lot more popular now.
Well,
That was not a common thing at that time, to see rappers wear the Bass Pro Shop that I saw. And that's what I do for a living. We deal with all types of situations where you're keeping up with the
I mean,
videos and what these guys are doing.
so you're aware that a rapper named Travis Scott has his own, like, signature Bass Pro Shop hat, right?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Let's listen.
So, and people like Gwen Stefani have gone on Instagram and posted themselves in a Bass Pro Shop hat,
No, I didn't know that.
right? And so, kind of a trend, a popular trend, right? Those people are posting it. I mean, Gwen Stefani doesn't live in Memphis that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, if you say it is,
Right.
I just have not seen it when it came. That just wasn't a common hat that I observed in our investigations and just things like that.
Well, and even
Gwen Stefani, you know what I mean?
well, yeah.
What does
Some
Gwen
people like the voice to be
Sir?
I'm not hating on it.
Gwen Stefani don't have nothing to do with this.
And during your investigation, you interviewed at least one individual from the Makeda Cookie that identified a person and said he always wears a Bass Pro Shop hat.
Oh, somebody knows what.
I don't know what interview you're talking about.
Well, do you remember, would you have reviewed the other interviews in this case? Were you?
Yeah, there was a lot of interviews, but I don't remember.
Who recognized STRAIGHTDROP at Makeda's Cookies and say he always have on a Bass Pro hat?
I don't recall that ever happened.
So I'm going to ask you something to refresh your recollection. And
Did he say?
And there's a highlighted portion there in the middle, what looks like an interview.
Did he say he interviewed somebody from the MAKEDAS Cookies and say he always have on a brass pole hat? You fucking lying to me. He said what?
You see what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
So
remember
there was
now?
at least one person interviewed, and I'm not gonna state this fella's name, because I don't
Burglar
know.
house in Walmart with a Bass Pro hat.
Something, yeah,
Okay.
well, I mean, but there's a
I
guy out
didn't see
there.
a reference to a murder or anything about that, but
You lying to
Well,
me.
I mean, some guy running around in a Bass Pro Shop hat, right?
So now
So.
this cop said he remembers,
Say again?
according to somebody, I guess, I don't remember interviewing.
and they don't want to say his name.
Even seeing that interview.
But, I mean, no doubt you looked at it. If the interview happened, there's a report here of it from Detective Daddyo, correct? Okay.
Who might that be?
Now.
Who might that be?
Did it have any bullet holes in it?
And they don't want to say his name.
In the rear.
But somebody from MAKEDAS Cookies, a guy, not a girl,
Inside.
said he always has on a Bass Pro hat.
And I can't recall.
I thought they didn't know
It might have
him.
been busted out
Okay.
in 3 or 4 years. I haven't reviewed everything.
So did somebody at the cookie shop lie?
I'll ask you this question about cameras. You're aware that as soon as Bradley Street became a place of interest,
Jay Brown, don't come in there with this bull crap.
Detectives went out and canvassed that area to talk to neighbors and everyone else to see if they had any information.
Strike one.
And also to see if they had cameras.
Hey,
As
third
you see here
rail.
today, has there ever been cameras produced?
So it's two
camera
things.
footage produced
I need to write that down. Didn't I tell you?
No, I know they knocked on all the doors, but I didn't see anywhere where they were able to recover.
So somebody in MAKEDAS knew him.
actual video.
Know him so well that they know what he wears.
And do you have any direct knowledge of someone knocking on Hernandez Govan's door?
I mean, I can only.
Let me write that down.
There, you can see there's a supplement where they're going and knocking on every door, but some of those supplements aren't that detailed as far as what actually interacted. It looked like either they didn't answer the door or they didn't hear or see anything was the common answer they were getting. So it would have been pretty significant to get some type of video from Bradley Street.
At any point in your investigation, as you sit here today, have you ever been made aware
Can y'all still
of
hear?
any camera footage possessed by Hernandez Govan? And that would be important, right, if he had cameras facing that abandoned house on Bradley Street, correct? And something that if law enforcement found out or knew he had cameras,
I'm too, I
would
done.
act on to try to get that footage if it existed. And you don't have anything like that. One moment, Judge. That's my question.
Thank you. Can you read the record? No further questions. Thank you. Thank you.
Your Honor, and ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we will ask our case in chief.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're at a point where we've got to take a little break.
No, Chelsea, I don't think it's Maurice. But that's not who I think it is. It may. But then that would mean that she lied because she said her family don't, I mean, her parents definitely don't know straight drop. But that's not who I think he was talking about. Nope. Maurice, without a shadow of a doubt, I don't think so. The brother or the daddy. Where my y'all? Who have I always said has been an issue or concern with me about MAKEDAS? I've said it umpteen million times. I said there's one person that I would be concerned about. Senior or junior. The prosecution rested. For today, dot again. Who at MAKEDAS would have been able to, Junior, be able to tell that man, that cop, that straight drop always have on a Bass Pro hat? How you know that? I could have sworn she said he don't come in the cookie shop. Don't nobody, she said her parents and shit don't know none of them. No, ma'am, they're done. It's just 3:30. Now, my whole wig cap gonna get blown off if it's Mr. Maurice, cause she say don't nobody know. Straight drop now. Now, how she knew it was dropped before, cause that was one of what what's his name? Old Mine said that, oh girl, no, they are finished. The prosecution done calling witnesses. What about Shondell? They not gonna bring up Quet? She lied. I kept saying, where is Maurice Jr., who was back in the back counting cookies? Bagging and counting cookies. Who's part of the organization of the hitmen? Didn't I say that? He's affiliated with Walk Down Gang, and Walk Down Gang is the gang that is affiliated with Trula when they do hits. Didn't I say that?
So, Judge, on behalf of Mr. Johnson, Judge Rule 29, I make a motion for judgment acquittal as to
Acquittal?
all counts in the indictment, specifically conspiracy to commit murder first degree, convicted felon, possession of a firearm.
He asked for an acquittal.
As to the elements of each, I would submit that state is still to put on sufficient evidence to allow any rational trier of fact to find him guilty beyond a reasonable.
Yeah, what the hell is going on? Why he's... What just happened?
Judge, I'll submit this to the court largely because the courts have the ability to sit through all the evidence thus far and is in a perfect position to
What the hell?
rule on this motion without me belaboring the point. But I would specifically hit the issue of the conspiracy. I would argue to the court that based on the proof that we have thus far, there is insufficient proof of any agreement prior to the homicide that would allow
Where's Quick?
allow the jury to ever, any rational trier of fact, to find him guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Essentially, what we've got is Mr. Smith testifying that the only times that the murders were discussed, according to him, between him, Govan, and Joe, Mr. Johnson was not there. He had one conversation with Mr. Govan and Mr. Mims at Mr. Govan's house, and he testified, I believe, that he had another conversation with Mr. Govan.
Why did he FaceTime Mr. Mims?
Mr. Mims was not present. Neither time was Mr. Justin Johnson present for those conversations.
Why did he FaceTime
And
Big Juke?
although we had interactions occurring on the cell phone prior to the incident between Mr. Smith and the cell phone from Mr. Johnson, there's not any evidence before the court that would be sufficient to establish a criminal agreement as it relates to Justin Johnson.
The Honor has heard of direct and circumstantial proof in this case with regard to various counts. Direct proof from Corneliussmith. Taking up issue with conspiracy first, Mr. Smith stated that he was present for times that Juke and Mr. Govan were soliciting and agreeing and planning the murder of Dolph.
Right, after the hit, he FaceTime Juke confirmation of Dolph's death.
In front of the jury that the plan that day was for he and Johnson to drive to Westwood to this turkey drive and kill one of the PRE artists, whoever that was going to be. As happenstance would have it, they came upon Dolph, and we saw the video for ourselves. I think that's more than sufficient proof of an agreement and an overt act taken by Mr. Johnson in furtherance of the conspiracy. Likewise, for the first-degree murder, Your Honor heard the direct proof of Corneliussmith, who stated he was there, and Mr. Johnson, he were the two that killed Dolph. I think that alone, accomplice testimony is not even required to be corroborated anymore.
Where's Shondell?
Supreme Court decision.
What in the what's?
But there's plenty of corroboration anyway. Circumstantially, we've seen Mr. Johnson at Crosstown in the Mercedes-Benz with the outfit on both before and after the murder at Haven Court. And Your Honor has seen, the jury has seen, in my opinion, overwhelming evidence, but even just taking the evidence in the light most favorable to the state, I believe Your Honor has jury questions with regard to all three of these offenses.
Judge, the only thing I would add about conspiracy is there's clearly some evidence of an agreement between Mr. Govan and Mr. Smith, based on his testimony. Where I believe it insufficient is the link between Mr. Smith and to what degree there was any, they said that's what they were doing, but the degree to which there's proof that Mr. Johnson, assuming what he says is true, was even aware of those talks about that agreement.
They playing for real.
According to Mr. Smith, he had no prior plan to go do that day. They were, according to him, they were going to.
Whoever took out Juke took him out either on purpose or too soon.
So the issue becomes, there's no proof before the court that there was any advanced knowledge by Mr. Johnson of any $100,000 value.
In the light most favorable to the state, the court has sat for the last couple of days watching the proof as everyone has. And I have seen both direct and circumstantial evidence the court believes as to all three counts. As to the conspiracy, where the defense says there's insufficient proof of any agreement prior to the murder.
That's
the
false.
court heard, and everybody else heard, Mr. Smith
And his
speak
brother.
about the meeting that he was present for at Govan's house between he and Govan and Joe. where they spoke about the murder of Dolph. There was, Mr. Johnson was not present for that. Mr. Smith said that. But there was also Mr. Smith's testimony where he spoke about them being present, them being Mr. Smith and Mr. Johnson being together the day, November 17th, the day of this homicide, where their goal for the day was just to go out and find somebody of the
PRE.
PRG group.
PRE.
The group that Youngdolph's recording label. And their goal was to go out to find someone. They happened on
They need to bring in Govan. Right.
Dolph.
What was the whole point of having him
Saw
out?
the video once they pulled up.
With the matching attire.
Just made a prima facie case between those arguments and the testimony of Mr. Smith and the videos that we saw Mr. Johnson's actions there. I believe the state has
Proven.
made a prima facie case, and now these are questions for the jury to reconcile.
Thank you.
I'm going to overrule your motion for judgment of guilt.
Shit. I was finna hop through the
So
phone.
the question is for you and your client, do you have any proof?
So, Judge, I'd like to have an opportunity to meet with my client briefly, and then I'll come back up.
Yeah, you couldn't get it acquitted. What the hell is wrong with you? Now you want to plead. Now you want to plead guilty or what? What you want? Yeah, they tried it. They tried it. AunTeaFee, you getting up slow? Did my light? Y'all, they just tried it. They just tried it. I needed to be his counsel, the assistant second seat. I needed to be second seat, baby. He know his client fried. He tried it. What in the fuck was he FaceTiming Anthony Mims for? Huh? Huh? Didn't y'all say that y'all had did it, looked at those, what was he FaceTiming them for? Vanessa. He asked for an acquittal, saying it wasn't enough evidence. He said it wasn't enough evidence. He said it was evidence that there was a meeting with Cornelius and Govan, but not with STRAIGHTDROP and Govan. So y'all, now I'm going to ask you. So, all this time, Quet ass been out. So are you telling me that he didn't like whatever deal they was finna offer him? So you not gonna even get on the stand now? So you said Uckham? Who paid for the bill board though? Who paid for his legal fees? If you could say CMG paid for his, so you're going to tell the CMG paid for Cornelius, but you're not going to say who sent you $50 anonymously, because that's what Cornelius said. He don't know who paid it. He just know it came. So Lance Evans, since you know that cost you got a 50K anonymously, but you're not going to say that though. He tried it. Tried to remove straight drop for having any meeting in anything with CMG. What is the difference between Boomerang and the Mr. A, baby, right now ain't the time. Can you retract that and go on someplace else? I don't wanna play with you. I don't know what you're trying to say. Are you trying to be fun? Yeah, thank you. I don't know what you're trying to right now I ain't playing. I don't feel like playing. Yeah, what was that? Bullshit. That was bullshit. That was straight up bullshit. He tried to ask the judge for an acquittal. He said, forget the phones, forget this, forget that. We gonna act like none of that happened. Yeah, he got a stolen car, trade on. What in the world? Why he didn't ask him about, so he didn't take the stand. So there was no way to cross-examine him. Oh my God. Let's see what they come back. I'm glad that she didn't fall for that, y'all. Let's see what they come back with. I'm just too outdone. I almost lost breath for a minute. They trying it. Yes, they are. Because he didn't do a good job for me. Why is it saying this stream finished? And I'm still here. Can y'all hear me? Okay. Y'all, what just happened? And I had two things. I was like, yes. Yes. He asked for an acquittal. When he said D-E. Hold on, y'all. And then they got excited like she honored it. Like, wait, what? Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to do two things. Y'all, I'm too outdone. I ain't gonna even lie. My heart dropped. I also am suspicious now for some of the footage. I ain't suspicious for the footage. I'm not suspicious. I'm not that the footage. No, I'm not. That part don't concern me. What's concerning me right now is a girl and her cousin or whoever knew the straight drop. Oh, my battery. That straight drop always wear a Bass Pro hat. So that means that somebody in her family knows straight drop. It means she lied again. That means that when I kept asking, where's the guy that was counting them cookies in the back? That guy that's counting them cookies in the back. Counting them bagging cookies. That is affiliated with Walk Down Gang. Would probably, more than likely, I'm going to assume it was him. I don't know. She said didn't nobody know straight drop. Now, how she knew it was straight drop before they said it was straight drop. Because, or let's stay in G line. How does she know that? And how is it now coming out that somebody at MAKEDAS know him? Wasn't nobody else, no other customer was in there. Dolph and his brother walked in. There was no other customers. So an employee that they didn't want to name, no straight drop. Come on, y'all. So that was an issue for me. Hey, Carrie. And then the other issue was when they were saying what was Juke's name in Straight Drop's phone. He asked him, how did he have him listed in his phone? And he said, Juke. Didn't he say that? So in Straight Drop phone, Anthony Mims, Big Juke, was saved as Juke. Who was Unc? Because he said, Jamarcus said, Cornelius was listed as C, and there was somebody in the phone listed as Unc. So who are these other people that y'all ain't bringing up yet? And why? Because you just said somebody in the cookie shop knows Straight Drop enough to know he always have on that brass pro hat. Ain't nobody ever said that before. With all the shit talking that she be doing, she know everything. Everything. Has anybody ever heard her say that? I could have sworn she said don't nobody in her family know Straight Drop. My mom and dad and them don't listen to no so it definitely can't be her mama and daddy. They listen to Marvin Gaye in you know, let's get it on. She said they don't listen to rap shit. That's why I said ain't nobody off the table. Thank you, Carrie. So now it comes out that somebody that works in MAKEDAS, a guy, he said he, but I ain't gonna say his name. This is the most secretive trial ever. What was the purpose of letting Govan out if he wasn't gonna get on the stand? He had to tell the truth. If she street need work in heavy girl strip club, she know that. But she wasn't there. So they said somebody that was there. And they said he. And when the cop said, no, I don't remember. No, I didn't. He said, yes, you did. That in itself should be reason enough to say he was there. He always wear a Bass Pro hat. Right? That was your argument. The man said, oh, okay. I don't remember interviewing him. But at the time of interviewing him, he obviously identified straight drop because he said he always wear a Bass Pro hat. Right? Which would mean that's how Raven would have known it was straight drop before they announced it was straight drop. Because her cousin, them, that was in the back counting cookies and bagging them, recognized straight drop. Y'all, they playing with us. And the cookie people are too. I don't give what nobody say. He just said it. He said it. The problem is that he wasn't supposed to say it. Y'all hear me? He wasn't supposed to say it, but he offended for straws and shit because he don't have nothing. Okay? He don't have nothing, so he trying every little way he can to hem somebody up or catch somebody up or flip them. See? Until that's why now you challenging him about the Bass Pro hats and shit. Well, somebody has said that they recognize straight drop, and he always have on a Bass Pro hat. What's the argument here? You still are confirming what we're saying. So again, here we go again. You giving the prosecution evidence, you are agreeing. Right? See, this is my problem. Because people tell me I'm too detailed, too analytical. And when what? So now you're going to play dumb like you don't understand? You just said that somebody at MAKEDAS identifies straight drop because he always have on a Bass Pro hat. Right? They back, y'all. My Lord. Oh, straight drop going on. Straight drop going on the witness stand. Straight drop on the witness stand. Oh, shit.
Mr. Johnson, you understand that we're at the part of the trial now where you have a right to testify or not testify on your own behalf. Yes, sir. And you and I have discussed this at length, have we not? Yes, sir. And you understand that you have a right to testify on your own behalf.
And he needs to testify right now.
You also have a right to not testify. And if you don't want to testify, the judge is going to instruct the jury they can't hold that against you. You understand that? Have you thought about it extensively? Yes, sir. You've had several discussions, have you not? Yes, sir. And after considering all of that, what do you wish to do? Not to.
Oh, shit. You better tell on him.
How long has Mr. Evans been in About 2 years.
Stop playing. Justice for dog. Hit the like button, y'all.
That you testifying, the pros, in the back, in the column, in the bag. Y'all talked about all of those things, and you understand those things. What's your higher education level? You graduated from high school. Do you have any questions for him? For your attorney? Now, this part, that you testify. Please testify. Any other proof?
No, you're wrong.
Right. Anything else we need to add to the charge?
He chickened out. It's a wrap.
How about if I print it for you so y'all can see it what it says?
It's better than me talking for sure.
Right, let's just print it. And,
Oh, and was.
in a couple of minutes. Let's stay in recess.
Court's in recess.
Wow. Wow. Did he just chicken out, y'all? No, they just trying. They just trying the system. Oh my God. Did he just chicken out? Let me plug this up. My hold on. I am too done. Yeah, they tried it, y'all. Boop, boop, chicken. They just rest. He made all of them shit. Yeah, nigga. He wouldn't stand on his own. Man, he should have told it. He should have told it on all of them. He gone for life, y'all. He tried it. He tried it. He tried it. Y'all, what just happened? He tried it. His defense straight dropped. Stupid. I would have told the truth. I'd have told on all of them. He said they've talked about it extensively. So that means to me that he has told him, man, it's a lot of evidence against you. To me. It would appear that he's saying there is a lot of evidence against you. You FaceTime Big Juke. There's still other people. There's still other people. Why would you not call in Shondell Barnett? Where is Juke? I mean, where is Quet? So Quet, where's Quet? Mail of, where's Quet, y'all? So, y'all, I'm shocked. Yeah, Jawad, I don't have time to play with you. I don't have time to play with you. At home watching. I thought he was supposed to he ain't like his deal. Don't nobody want to give up CMG. CMG already in trouble. Giving them up, It's almost kind of as if, here I go, y'all. Well, this was quick. It's almost as if, yeah, it was. And why Big Pressure, why your homie didn't get on the stand? Really, you're pretty, for real. Thank you, Jawad, thank you. Pressure, why your homie, okay, now Pressure, ooh, this is the time I need to have people to be able to come up here. Because I want to know, Pressure, Big Pressure, you ready? You ready to go there with me? Pressure. Pressure. Who was the cookie employee? God is my homie. I love Pressure, y'all. Pressure. You get a pop. You get a pop. That's a Laquita pop. Who all this time Nobody in the cookie shop knew Drop. Who is the cookie employee who positively identified Straight Drop, so much so as they say he always have on a Bass Pro hat? When was that ever discussed? Pressure, pressure, I can't hear you. My. The cookie shop employee positively identified Straight Drop. They said he told that man, you questioned him. Will it let me go back? Will it let me rewind? Let's see if it'll let me rewind. I think oh man, they put the red ball on. The other day I could rewind. Oh, baby boom. Baby boom.
Police as to all.
To talk to neighbors and everyone else. Obviously, you're looking at the video, right? And it shows.
Can y'all hear that?
The video of Makeda Cookie, right? And it shows a Bass Pro Shop, what looks like a breast.
Can y'all hear this?
Right?
That's right.
And you see a similar hat at Concourse, Crosstown video, correct?
Yeah, identical hat.
Right. Well,
It said probably one of. She said did nobody in the cookie shop know Straight Drop.
Did you recover the hat?
Yeah.
Right. Very popular hat.
It's distinctive.
Distinctive, I mean, no doubt, right? I mean, it's Bass Pro Shop, but a very popular hat. I mean, you know, almost a stone's throw from here is one of the biggest Bass Pro Shop in the
It's a
world.
lot more popular now.
Well,
That was not a common thing at that time, to see rappers wearing the Bass Pro Shop that I saw. And that's what I do for a living. We deal with all types of situations where you're keeping up with the
I mean,
videos and what we've got.
Can y'all hear this?
so you're aware that a rapper named Travis Scott has his own, like, signature Bass Pro Shop hat, right?
He white.
I did not.
Okay. So,
Oh, is he?
and
No, he not.
people
Well,
like Gwen
now,
Stefani
where they-
have gone on Instagram and posted themselves in a Bass Pro Shop hat,
No, I didn't know that.
right? And so,
This is my thing. Cause he be trying to make a point. He be trying to get people tripped up. So he was trying to force the issue about this hat, this Bass Pro hat, and fucked around and slipped and gave up that somebody inside the McCookies and ID'd him. Let's listen.
kind of a trend, a popular trend, right? Those people are posting it. I mean, Gwen Stefani doesn't live in Memphis that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, if you say it is, I just have not seen it when it came. That just wasn't a common hat that I observed in our investigations and just things, and, you know, like,
Well, and even,
Gwen Stefani,
sorry,
you know what I mean?
well, you know, some people like the voice these days, right?
I'm not hating on it.
And so, and during your investigation, you interviewed at least one individual from the Makeda Cookie that identified a person and said he always wears a Bass Pro Shop hat.
Who? Did y'all hear that? Thank you, Tariq. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that?
I don't remember interviewing that person or even seeing that interview.
But, I mean, no doubt. posting it. I mean, Gwen Stefani doesn't live in Memphis that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, if you say it is, I just have not seen it when it came. That just wasn't a common habit I observed in our investigations and just things, and,
Right.
you know.
Well, and
Even
even,
Gwen Stefani was on, you know what I mean?
well, you know, some people like to voice the choice, right?
I'm not hating on it.
And so, and during your investigation, you interviewed at least one individual from the Makeda cookie that identified a person and said he always wears a Bass Pro Shop hat.
I didn't interview. I don't know what interview you were talking about.
Well, you remember, would you have reviewed the other interviews in this case? Were you?
Yeah, there was a lot of interviews, but I don't remember somebody being identified. I could be wrong, but I just don't recall that ever happening.
So I'm going to pass you something to refresh your recollection. And
He forgot.
highlighted
He was the
portion here.
defense.
It looks like an interview that was done by Detective, I think it's then Sergeant Dabney.
So
Do you see what I'm referring to?
Yeah.
Okay. So there was at least one person interviewed, and I'm not going to state this fellow's name.
he not gonna stay what? He not gonna stay what? Oh, I'm sorry. He not gonna stay what? He not gonna stay what? This fella's name. So there's at least one individual that identified drop.
When you're looking at this case, obviously, now, the one
The fella name.
did he have any bullet holes in it? So, popular hat, whether it's somebody, say again?
According to somebody, I guess. I don't remember interviewing that person or.
They don't want to say what that person's name is. But it's most definitely a him. Now, why they keeping him a secret? I mean, I guess if they don't want to show nobody faces, they don't want to let folk know that somebody at Makeda's cookies positively identified Straight Drop. So somebody at Makeda's been knowing Drop. Luke was fishing. Oh, where he caught it, he caught the bait for the prosecution. He just positively, indirectly identified his client. So that's why he had to say, come on, let me talk to my client. I just fucked up. I just made him remember that I just made him remember that somebody positively identified him and said the drop. I always have on a Bass Pro hat. And then he starts saying, oh, I don't want to identify him. You weren't supposed to bring him up, partner, because you just rest the case for your client. You just put him always having on a Bass Pro hat. When he forgot, you reminded him that Makeda's positively identified him. Hello. So all this time that you've been lying and said that don't nobody know him, and I'm up here saying, you a lie. You a lie, boo. Cause, oh boy, he's affiliated with Walk Down Gang. Hell, it sounded like the detective was covering up. No, he forgot that was 3 years ago. He didn't think the best, you know, I don't remember he had it on. You the one trying to act like that ain't him in a Bass Pro hat and like everybody have it on. He's saying it wasn't that popular. The detective was saying it wasn't that popular. People just wasn't walking around with a Bass Pro hat on. He had one on a video. He had on the same outfit. Cap, the sweats and the black hoodie. So why would we assume that ain't him when that's what the shooter had on? It was the defense attorney who was trying to make it seem like it's just a popular attire. Scott has one with his signature. Gwen Stefani have one on too. So everybody, he's saying it wasn't that popular, and we don't see that often. So that's what the detective was saying. We don't see that often. It was unique to us. Just like his dirty ass drawers that he had on for 3 days. So this Evans, is that his last name? Lance Evans was trying to trip him up. See, he was trying to say it's not uncommon for people. Anybody could have had on a Bass Pro hat and all of that. He was saying it was him because it was unusual. He was trying to make it seem like it wasn't unusual. And then he brought out the testimony from the person from MAKEDAS who said he identified him and said, Drop always wear a Bass Pro hat. His own lawyer nailed him to the cross. While you was trying to ask for an acquittal, you nailed him to the cross. Because you wasn't supposed to tell us that. You was supposed to keep the Makeda cookie guy a secret. Why was he supposed to keep him a secret? Because he identified your client, dumbass. You can't handle the truth. He had already identified him in the paperwork. Now you saying, I don't even want to say his name. We know you don't. You wasn't supposed to tell us that somebody in the cookie shop positively identified STRAIGHTDROP because he always have on a Bass Pro hat. That's how she knew who he was beforehand. I told you they talk too much, didn't I? You can't handle what I can't handle. What I can't handle. Hell, AunTeaFee, a lot of these attorneys that's supposed to defend you be working with the other side. He said, I told him long time ago, haven't I talked to you extensively about this? That we really didn't have a defense. I'm going to try to trip their asses up. I'm going to try to trip them up. I'm going to try to catch them slipping. But there is tons and tons of evidence against you. I'm going to sound stupid out here, but I'm going to sound stupid for you because you're my client. First thing he fucked up on is when he let folk know the CMG, who he did the hit for, paying for bills, paying attorney fees. First slip up. Well, not the first, but the eye opener. So you just confirmed, since they did this hit together, that whoever put some of their money on his books is probably who paid some of yours anonymously, but it was CMG. Because how else will you know CMG paid $50K for him? Because CMG paid $50K to you. You gave up CMG. Okay. Now you gave up MAKEDAS cookies. They ain't off the table. And we appreciate him telling us, confirming it. What does that take to get a reading? Send me $100 to my Cash App. I will read you. I will clearly read you. At Christopher Pilgrim, me either. Who was Christopher? What'd you put? I haven't seen them hats until they put the suspect on the news. But again, that was the defense was trying to act like it was popular as hell. And that's what the detective was saying, no, it ain't. Him to have on the same outfit with that on, same tennis shoes, same sweats, same filthy ass drawers, same hoodie, same Bass Pro hat. No, it's not. And he said, yes, it is. Travis Scott, he has his own. He has his own signature Bass Pro hat. He wanted to say that ain't something that African Americans. And it didn't do anything but make it clear folk and Jay-Z and a whole lot of money. Gwen Stefani. It's very popular. He up here laughing. He want to say, well, not in the African American community. You know, I do this all the time. I'm in the hood all the time. We don't never see them, you know, African American.
In our investigations and just things. Yeah. Right.
Well, and even
Hey, Connie.
well, you know, some people like the voice, right?
I'm not hating on it.
And so,
He said, I ain't hating on.
and during your investigation, you interviewed.
And they say he's a good attorney. I will be asked if I was CMG with my crooked ass. Because, you know, CMG crooked. They don't like to pay, and they don't like to waste their money. I'll be like, say, man, hey, man, what does OG... I'll be like, hey, man, say, man. I need my money back. You implemented me. Gang shit. Right now, it's dumb attorney shit. Right now, it's the defense attorney working for the prosecution. He sealed it for me. He implemented CMG. He didn't even say they donated. He said paid you for the hit to take out Dolph. That's what he said. So you did get paid for taking out Dolph. Adolph. Hey, May in Kentucky. Y'all please come in hitting the like button. So he implemented CMG, not just donating to the attorney fund, okay? He implemented him as paying for the hit. So you got that $50K that went to your attorney was your payoff for the hit for taking out Adolph. Dolph. Right? Cornelius say, he ain't put it in my hand. I don't know who said what, but he ain't put it in my hand, so he ain't pay me shit. Right? That's what he said, right? So did the defense attorney implement CMG for paying off a debt? For knocking off Dolph? Here's your half of that $100K. Ain't that what he said? Well, where the other half go to, Evans? Reckon you got it? And you confirmed with that attorney that you got that 50K and he got the 50K. So y'all got that 100K went towards the attorney fees, defense attorney about to come up missing. So you implemented, let me tap my own nose. You implemented CMG, paying the bag. You didn't say Big Juke. You didn't say Big Juke, defense attorney. You said CMG. Big difference. CMG is Gotti. See, I should have been second chair to Hagman. I should have been second chair. I'd have been like, oh, let me get this. Let me get this. Let me get this. I got you. Mia J, Mr. and Mrs. Thornton, Marcus, I got y'all. Let me handle this. I got it. Tag me in. Say, that's what I would have said. You did not say Big Juke. You did not say Big Juke. You said CMG. What that mean? Got it, ass in trouble. That's what that mean. Got it, ass in trouble. Big Juke is CMG on, so CMG, you in trouble. He didn't say Big Juke. He didn't say Big Juke. I hear you, Kimberly, but he didn't say Big Juke paid that 50K towards the attorney fees. Big Juke took a phone call. Big Juke was at a meeting. See, this is some things when he said Big Juke. He said Big Juke was in a meeting with Quet and Cornelius. And at that time, Straight Drop wasn't there. This was a little bit before. You are on the same page when he says MG. So when there were times he said Big Juke. And there was times he said CMG. Those two different times. One and the same. So he didn't say you had a meeting with Quet. Cornelius, did you have a meeting with Quet and CMG? Or did you have a meeting with CMG? Big Juke. He said Big Juke. He didn't say shit about CMG at that time. When he FaceTimed Anthony Mims. He said, what was the name in his phone? How was it? What was the contact name? He said Juke. He didn't say CMG. He said Juke. So there was times in this defense, in this trial, where he separated Big Juke and CMG. He did not say Juke, Big Juke, or Anthony Mims paid that 50K toward the attorney fees. He did not say Big Juke, or Anthony Mims paid nothing. He didn't even say, let's just be clear, they didn't even say Big Juke, or Anthony Mims called the hit. They said CMG. They need to order YOGOTTI back ASAP. And they need to put Quet ass back in jail until they start his trial. Because he was supposed to get on the stand. Chelsea, where you at? He said CMG paid that hit. CMG paid the hit. He didn't say Big Juke. He didn't say Anthony Mims. He FaceTimed Anthony Mims. He FaceTimed Juke to let him know that was their work. So when he had said that there were other people, that Juke had told other people, and other people had the opportunity to take out PRE, and it was whoever got to him first. So Straight Drop FaceTimed him to let him know that was their work. Nobody else took them out. I'm claiming my work. He said he called Juke. He didn't call CMG. He called Juke. Right? My point to that is to make it clear that when they referenced him, he didn't reference, Cornelius did not reference him as Unc. One. He didn't reference him as Unc. Two, when Hageman was talking to Jamarcus, he mentioned there was C in the phone. We're talking about under the contact. C and Unc. We just found out today that Juke was not in his phone as Unc. They was trying to find money. See, they was broke as fuck because all they gave him was $200-300. So there are other people a part of the conspiracy. Now maybe they was holding that to the conspiracy. I don't know. But it was clear as hell. Do we need to hear it again? That Lance Evans was not supposed to say that a fella at the MAKEDAS Cookies gave up drop. Said he always have on Bass Pro hat. Y'all better stay y'all ass out of MAKEDAS on airways. Cause all I know is I had a problem knowing who he was affiliated with and him being in the back counting cookies. That's all my issue was. Now we know that somebody in there positively identified Drop and say he always wear the Bass Pro hat. Even when the detective forgot and wanted to say, black folk don't wear no Bass Pro hat like that. That's what he wanted to say. But old Matthew McConaughey over here started saying Travis Scott has one. Gwen Stefani has one too. And he wanted to say, but I'm talking about in the gangs, you know. I'm talking about, I do this every day, man. That ain't what we see. That's what he wanted to say. These African Americans they just don't do that. But okay, if you say so, it's just not what we see all the time. You understand how he was trying to play it cool? That's what he was trying to play it cool for him. Y'all want to hear it again? Hey, my friend. Hey, Star Wars. Remember that, baby, I know Jesus loved me. They never connected Gotti to anything but #1 on CMG record label. They said CMG paid the bag. They didn't say Big Jew paid the bag, Big Pressure. Big Pressure, they did not say Big Juke put 50K on his attorney fees. They didn't say Big Pressure did that. I mean, Big Juke, they didn't say that, baby. They said CMG. He's CMG. He's CMG. They did not say Big Juke put 50K on your attorney fees. The defense attorney said, didn't CMG? So you can play with it if you want to, Pressure. He set up, because in all actuality, two things we didn't have to know unless the defense attorney told us. We didn't have to know that CMG, the label, CMG, put 50K, half of the payoff for the hit for YOUNGDOLPH, Adolph Thornton. We didn't have to know that CMG paid that from its attorney fee, for the attorney fees. We didn't have to know that. The defense attorney told us. Number two, we did not have to know that the cookie people positively identified STRAIGHTDROP because they said they didn't know him. She said, didn't nobody in there know STRAIGHTDROP? He don't ever come in there. They don't know him. We would not have known that there was a written statement because he handed the man and to let him read it.
At least one individual from the Makeda cookie that identified a person.
We would not know that. So he gave up CMG, which means he gave up Gotti, and he gave up the Makeda cookie people. My sister, I recently got out of... Daryl, what are y'all doing? Did you... I was 18 when they took me. I don't know what you're doing there, but hit my IG. We'll talk about it on my IG. Okay, I'm going to remove that comment because I don't know what y'all doing. But if you want to reach out to me about a story, hit me on IG. See about the facts. Okay? Receipts. Yes, ma'am. AunTeaFee, we can hear you. Did y'all just hear that again? Big Pressure. They never. I don't know how you gonna play with that, but okay. I guess they didn't name the cookie people either.
It's a lot more popular now.
Well,
That was not a common thing at that time. To see rappers wearing the Bass Pro Shop that I saw, and that's what I do.
So that's what I do.
And the one on the elevator, clearly,
right.
right?
But the assumption is he tells the truth under a proffer agreement, and when he's telling law enforcement in that meeting those words, they can't come in and use those words against him, right? It's a form of something called use immunity, right? But they can't use those words.
See, he was trying to trip him up, but this defense attorney doing a good job for his client. He did a good job for YOUNGDOLPH, and we thank him. I wasn't supposed to say that.
Now, kind of moving forward from some of the phone information, when you're looking at this case, obviously
The defense attorney is putting everything on CMG.
video of McKee, right, and it shows a Bass Pro Shop. with
The
a
defense
right,
attorney.
right?
That's correct.
And you see a similar hat at Concourse.
But the
Also,
defense attorney,
correct?
Yeah, didn't go ahead. I would say.
Well,
you can't put everything on
It's identical.
CMG and not put it on drop because that's who hired. That's who paid.
right, very
Who
popular.
cut the
hat.
lights off? I cut the lights off.
It's distinct.
Distinctive, I mean, no doubt, right? I mean, it's Bass Pro Shop.
They
But
playing
popular
games
hat, I mean,
of chess
you know, almost
with
as a
each
stone's
other.
throw from here.
No, Letitia.
The biggest Bass Pro Shop in the world.
I think he messed up twice.
Well,
That was not a common thing.
I think he messed up twice.
To see
I would not be happy with that
rappers wearing the
because I caught it.
that I saw.
I'd be saying, wait, what did you just say?
For a living, we do all types of.
Y'all listen again.
Keeping up with
I mean,
video.
This was deadly for the case for me.
you're aware that
So
the rapper-
let me tell you how deadly it is. That's why he was like, do you want to testify for yourself? I mean, do you want, because he's finna cross-examine you. He finna eat your ass up. And then they gonna call quit. I'm glad maybe they got, that's Rico. That'll be Rico. Why else would you not call Marcus? When I tell you they know these people. They used to be cool with these people. I can show y'all Quet holds the rest. Yeah, but to be honest, they really didn't need it. I mean, they had him on the elevator at the crossroads. I would want my 50K back. Kiss her. Me too, boo. Laquita would be in there popping so. Ooh, you talking about popping. You talking about politically correct. You talking about you had a fiduciary duty. I mean, you was you working for them? Who paid you? You acting like you CMG. This is what I would be telling the attorney. You acting like you one of them. You playing both sides. Who you working for? You just gave me up. You gave up the source. You just told it on CMG, and then you told it on MAKEDAS. You knew that somebody had positively identified him. You knew that, sir. You had it in your hand. You gave it to the detective and said, read this. Y'all got to hear this again.
Travis Scott has his own, like, signature Bass Pro Shop.
He was
right?
pressing the
Right.
issue. They all need to be in jail. Mhm.
Okay.
Big John.
So, and people like Gwen Stefani have gone on Instagram and posted themselves in a Bass Pro Shop hat.
No, I didn't know.
I want y'all to see him.
And
She
so,
said, no, I ain't know that.
kind of a trend, a popular trend, right?
Hold
Those
on.
people are posting it.
He won't have.
Gwen Stefani doesn't live in Memphis that I know of.
Yeah, I mean, if you say this, I have not seen it when it came. That just wasn't a common happening.
Can y'all still hear this?
He also did that, he had an attorney present, right?
Yes.
And he did that pursuant to an agreement, right, where he had protections, what we call a proffer agreement. Where he got
So this is what he was trying to say. He was doing it
to say without his words being used against him, isn't that correct?
like Cornelius had a deal.
Right. And you understand that to mean that some people call that kind of a queen for a day agreement. He's allowed to come in
Just the truth.
Hopefully, right?
Well, that's on him, because then he loses the property.
Right.
The
Right,
problem
and that's the risk, right? People come in and lie.
That's his risk.
Right.
Right?
But the assumption is he tells the truth under a proffer agreement, and when he's telling law enforcement in that meeting those words, they can't come in and use those words against him.